no one wants to go into hospital, but if when you go in, the experience is as positive as it can be, and that I think is what the Stars Appeal aims to do. They try to make the whole hospital experience as positive as they can. That is where they really come into their own.
The Stars Appeal is Salisbury District Hospital's charity. We raise money to create the best possible experience for patients and their families by funding extra care and equipment over and above that provided by the NHS. Thanks to the generous support of the local community, the Stars Appeal has already funded many projects. Here are just two of those stories.
Steve was a contractor. I worked on hundreds of different contracts all over the UK and in Europe. Finally got rid of my travelling boots and settled down with my new wife, Lynn. Thoroughly enjoyed the physical activities, gym work, golf, etc., like a lot of guys do. And travelling to work on a particularly innocuous morning, wondered what a great life I had, etc., and hit some black ice. Didn't see it coming, didn't see nothing, and then the rest, as you see, is history.
Basically, we were expecting our first baby in April this year, and I woke up one morning and I had some pains in my stomach. This was in January, and I rang the midwife, and you didn't want to make a fuss really, and she said I should refer myself to the labour ward up at Salisbury Hospital, which is where I then rang, and they took me in and sort of monitored me and did a scan, and they discovered that there was no heartbeat. So obviously at that point I was still on the labour ward, and then they wanted to move me to the Benson Suite, which was their self-contained unit for that sort of event really, which is where I then got transferred and where we had Charlie on the 20th of January. For me it was invaluable really, because you had that privacy, you could be on your own, the midwives could come and go. If you wanted to have a walk around, you could. And I needed that really. For me, I needed that peace and quiet just to sort of get my thoughts together really, because it was horrendous. It was just horrendous. It was probably one of the worst things that's ever happened to me, I think, really.
As well as funding projects like the Benson Suite, the Stars Appeal funds staff to provide extra support at the most difficult times.
My daughter, Carly, and her fiance Liam were due to get married on April the 17th of this year, where my accident occurred on February the 2nd, and we were all hoping that I'd be able to walk my daughter down the aisle, as most proud fathers wanted to do. But it was made quickly apparent that that wouldn't happen.
Because of the seriousness of his injuries, Stephen couldn't attend his daughter's wedding. Thanks to Sonia, his Stars Appeal support worker, the wedding came to him.
They turned up, all dressed to the nines, the wedding dress, the ushers, 50 or so guests come up, friends from Southampton, and they had the blessing in Horatio's garden. It was just so good. It was so good.
Without the Stars Appeal, there's an awful lot of projects at the hospital that wouldn't have been completed. But it's the sort of the unsung heroes really as well, things like the Benson Suite, where without that, you are on a labour ward with a team of midwives, you don't see the same person twice perhaps, you're surrounded by happy families, and it is, without the Stars Appeal, that probably wouldn't keep functioning.
Stars Appeal support workers arrange activities outside the unit so patients can start enjoying life again.
The work that Stars do, and their representatives, let's say, their volunteers, their helpers, their assistants, is you have to experience it to accept or realise what the significance of it is. If it wasn't there, well, how much daytime TV can you watch?
Please help the Stars Appeal continue their work and help thousands of local people in Salisbury District Hospital.